Hello lovelies and welcome to my Project Life video for this month. So I am doing week 13. Yes, I know, we're in September. But in my defense, I do have my photos mostly laid out in my album. I have worked out that if I sort them out on my computer, then print them off and then put them in my album, well, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting more further along. But anyway, so I've said it before and I will probably say it every time. I love using the kits to do my Project Life. Everything is all there, all coordinating, everything I need, and I can just go for it. And that's what I do. I get out my container with all my bits and pieces in it, and then I just go to town. I tend to use the printables a lot. That is probably why I really love the printables the most, because I find that I use them pretty much exclusively for my Project Life. So yeah, if you're looking to start Project Life, the printables and a cut apart sheet, which has come in your paper pack as well, always a good starting spot. But anyway, into the layout. So I am starting with my title cut and I don't like it. It's plain, it's boring, it's missing something. I think I'm going to have to go back and figure it out. But like I do say, it's in the album. I really want to get cracking on my Project Life, so I didn't spend too much time stressing about it because I wanted to get it in my album. I want to get caught up, which will never happen in a million years, but at least I have the goal there. I want to work through it and get some more of it done. So I'm thinking maybe some splatters, or maybe the rose gold. I was thinking maybe some splatters of the metallic paints, and I was thinking about the gunmetal, but I'm looking at it now and the rose gold probably would work better. But anyway, so I've used the alphas to do my week, and then I've just used the printables just to embellish my card a bit. Now, what I tend to do when I Project Life, as you see my container off to the right there, and that has all my little bits and pieces, the ephemera pack, any little embellishments, and the printables that I've cut up. And as I go through, if I see anything that I think will suit a picture, I just pull it out and just either put it on top of that photo or I leave it on my desk. Yes, my desk is a mess right now and I really need to change my background paper because there's lots of pink and orange. But basically, this is my organized chaos. I know how it works. I know where everything is. But yeah, so I pull it out and I put it just on my table or near that photo. I don't work from card to card and photo to photo. I jump and change and I'm all over the shop. The one thing I always will do at the very beginning is I put out all my filler cards, my journal cards. I fill up all my spaces. So I take a lot of photos and I tend to have very limited space for filler cards or journaling cards. But if there is a gap, I'm going to fill it up. And then I go from there. And I've used this awesome, I love rainbows, I really do. This collection was beautiful, and this card was from the cut apart sheet, and I decided to use the rainbow, and I've just, I used one of the printables as an embellishment. It says feel the love, and I have used some foam adhesive to put that down, and then I decided to journal in between the rainbow just to make it look pretty, I guess. And yeah, I really do love that filler card. It's nice and simple. I don't tend to journal. I don't use a lot of journaling cards. I do on the next page, so I'm totally contradicting myself. But if I'm going to journal, I tend to journal straight onto my photo. I get a strip of cardstock. I have a little bag, a Ziploc bag that sits on my desk. So when I cut up the printables and I've got strips off the side, they're very, very thin. I throw them in a bag instead of throwing them out, and they become my journaling strips. And what I do is I cut them up and I write my journaling on them, and then I glue them directly to my layout. So, directly to my photo, because I like having my journaling on the photo, and I like having the stories on the photos directly. So that's just one of my favorite ways of adding journaling to my layouts. This is something I'm trying to do more as well. I'm trying to use my spaces creatively. So I have this 3x4 photo that I've put in a 4x6 pocket because I knew I had some journaling that I wanted to include, and it was going to be a bit too much for my strip technique. So all I've done is I have mounted my photo on a 4x6 card, and then I'm going to use the rest of that 4x6 card to add my journaling. And in this case, it just so happens to have this really cool speech bubble on it. So this worked really well. And I'm just telling the story of, this was back, we'd been in lockdown for a couple of weeks, and every Sunday night I go over to my sister's house and I have bath time with my niece and nephew. I help her out. I bath the kids while she, you know, goes about her cleaning and whatnot, and it's fun for me. I love it. Her husband works he works till like later that night, so I just go help out because she's got a 1 and a 2-year-old, and yeah, I have just as much fun as the babies. And back then I had been missing out on that, so I made her FaceTime me. We FaceTime a lot in my family. And yeah, so this is just a picture of the babies in the bath. So even though I missed bath time, I still got to technically be there. And that's the story I wanted to add, which is what I've put in that bubble basically. So these top 2 photos are of our driveway when we were in the thick of lockdown and the boys were bored. We were running out of ideas. So we turned our driveway into a giant canvas, and that's what these 2 photos are. The photo up the top is my husband clearing the canvas for a new day. And yeah, so I'm going to add a journaling card later on, and I'm going to write that because there's 2 photos that have a story to tell. Obviously, you look at them, it's a little strange. Why am I putting a picture of my husband hosing down the driveway? Well, yeah, so this was him clearing off the canvas, as we called it, for the next day. So I am adding a journaling card to explain those 2 photos because this was a big part of our week for a while because, yeah, the kids, they needed some sun, some vitamin D, and this is how we chose to engage them. And I've got, like, my boys are 8 and 12, but they had so much fun with a box of chalk and the driveway. We did shadows, we did all sorts of stuff, and yeah, so I'm just journaling to add that because it become a very big part of our day. Even people walking past would often comment on the designs the boys have put out for that day. So yeah, adding a journaling card because that was an important part. A lot of the time, I do swap and change where my photos or my cards are. This, for example, is one of those times. So what I do is, with my journaling cards and my filler cards and my 4x6 spots that have cards, I like to make sure that the colours are balanced evenly. So the pink journaling card that I'm going to use couldn't be on the same side as the pink 4x6 card, but I didn't want my journaling on the end. I wanted my journaling in the middle. So what I'm doing is I'm going to end up swapping those 2 4x6s down the bottom. It's not a big deal, but for me, I just like how it looks better after I've moved it around. So you will see me do that a lot. I think I did on the other page as well. If there's an element on a photo that is repeated somewhere directly above it, I will swap it so it is diagonal, and same with the cards. So I know it looks like I fluff around a lot, but there is method to my madness. There is a reason for it. I do like to, yeah, have those diagonals and those triangles with my visual interest. So that's just something, that's just a little quirk of mine. So because I've used foam adhesive on the left-hand side, I'm going to use it again for an element on this side, and that is my little All About Us bubble, and that's where I'm going to add my journaling about our driveway canvas. And then I'm just going to embellish that last photo up the top of the boys, you know, in action decorating the driveway. And that's another example. You can see I've already put the embellishments up on the top right-hand corner there. I saw them when I was going through, decided they would work, so I've just put them on my desk, ready to go. So I'm not diving through looking for something. When I see something specific that I think I might like, I just pull it out and just sit it on my desk. And yeah, then I use it when I'm good and ready. So that's it from me. I hope you have enjoyed seeing my Project Life spread, and I'll be back real soon. Bye for now.